Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. We are on week 24, day 5 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. It is Friday. We are heading into the weekend. I have some amazing things. There's a women's conference that is at my church that is planned for Saturday. I'm super excited about that. Little Women um, hits our Dollar Theater. The new Little Women. I have been dying to go see that movie, so I think I'm going to treat myself to that movie today as well. Um, so, what do you guys have planned for this weekend? Is it amazing? Is it wonderful? I hope that every day that you plan a little something special for yourself. Just plan those points of joy. And definitely on the weekends, plan those points of joy, those points of connection with other people. Okay, so talking about positive, peaceful affirmations, right? We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar. Now, it's an amazing combination of positive affirmations and music therapy and aromatherapy essential oils. And so, if you love those parts, it's the perfect book to get. If you love only like one of the parts, if you're like super into music therapy, or if you're super into aromatherapy or positive affirmations, like my best guess, if you're into one of those, I think you're gonna love the other aspects as well. So anyway, I would hop on. You can buy it at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. And no, I am not getting paid for this. I just think it's a super awesome book. So anyway, just wanted to recommend it as highly as I can. The affirmation that we're following for the whole entire week and working on for the whole entire week is I am proud of me for managing me. Just kind of want to sit with that. Like we spent the whole week this week. You spent the whole week this week of up leveling how you are managing you. You've been more patient, you've been more kind, you've been more contemplative. You've given yourself room to breathe before responding. My best guess is that it is working so good for you, that you are managing yourself so much more. And don't we all feel the joy that brings? I'm just guessing that it's not just bringing you personal joy. It's not just bringing me personal joy. It's bringing all those that we come in contact with more joy, because we are able to be more joyous and more loving as we are better at managing ourselves. So I just wanted to say I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you for for working intentionally on managing yourself. Okay. So the affirmation for the entire week, and we can still do this on the weekend, and we can still do this, the rest of our lives, right? Working on managing ourselves better. Anyway, so the affirmation for the entire week, one more time, is I am proud of managing me. The affirmation for this week, and I'm loving it. I mean, I'm so loving this affirmation, and it is I can express calmly when I disagree. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that one more time to us. I can express calmly when I disagree. And it doesn't even matter how we have been in the past. Today, we can express ourselves calmly when we disagree. But I'm just going to say, even though it doesn't matter, like I really think God cares more about how you are today than how you were yesterday. But if you've been uncalm in the past on how you've expressed yourself in disagreements, why don't we just take today and apologize for that? If we haven't already, right? Why don't we just take today and say, you know what? Sometimes when I am having discussions with you and we're kind of disagreeing, I can get uncalm and maybe say something that I wouldn't have wanted to say, or say things in a tone that I wouldn't have wanted to say it. And can you imagine someone coming up to you and apologizing? Hey, you know what? I was thinking about an incident the other day that we had where I wasn't my best self, and you deserve someone being their best self, and so I just wanted to apologize for that. How would you feel if someone came up and apologized for anything that they've done in the past? I'll tell you what, I had someone once come up and apologize to me for thinking unkind thoughts about me. It was so impressive. It was so impressive. She just, it was, I can't tell you how much admiration I have for this person. Can you imagine? So if there's anything that we need to apologize for, be it whatever, maybe we raised our voice to someone, maybe we were angry or unkind or gossipy or whatever it was. Maybe we excluded someone either intentionally or unintentionally, right? We can go back. We can mend the fences. We can heal the hearts. We can apologize. It makes such a big difference. I'm going to say that my best guess is that in 99% of cases, or probably more than that, people are going to be like, just like in shock and awe almost, and just giving us admiration for admitting who we are and what we've done in the past, and saying sorry and taking responsibility. Like, who nowadays takes responsibility for what they've done, right? I'm sure there's plenty of people who do that, but the media just kind of, a lot of people in the media right now are like denying it. Oh, I'm not responsible for that, passing the buck. But when we take responsibility for ourselves, like, that's what leaders do. That's what good people connected to God do. And people can't help to feel warm and loving toward a person who does something that courageous, right? Now, are they going to forgive you every time? Maybe not, right? Maybe they've moved on. Maybe they, maybe whatever it was that happened, they can forgive you, but they really don't want you in their life, and that's okay too, because it's not, we don't apologize for them, although we do, but the reason why we apologize is mostly for us, so we can learn honesty and put honesty out into our world and change who we are. So just saying that if you've done anything uncalm or unkind, today would be a really good day to make people's worlds and so much better by apologizing, and make our world so much better by apologizing. I'm just saying that every single time that I apologize, I feel this weight lifted off my shoulders. Like just, there was just something in me that was pulling me down, and when I took ownership of that and I apologized, I felt lighter. Did I always feel the situations? No. Like, that would be great if it did. But I felt lighter. And I do feel like there was some healing, even if there wasn't total healing. So, anyway, again, the affirmation for today is, I can express calmly when I disagree. Now, the first thing that I wanted to say is that disagreement is not always contention, right? Sometimes we are coming from different points of view, and that doesn't mean that we're fighting or arguing or contending. And I hope that our conversations don't go to, you're such a bad person for thinking this way, right? We shouldn't personally attack someone. Hopefully we don't. I'm sure all of us sometimes fall into that, but hopefully we don't. Hopefully we're like, hey, there's a situation that needs to be changed, that needs to be addressed. And here are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let's work on this together. How can we both all take some ownership of whatever issue is going on, and let's use everyone's best wisdom to solve it. Anyway, but sometimes a person wants to solve an issue one way, and sometimes a person wants to solve an issue another way, and that's when disagreements can happen. And the more passionately they they feel about that disagreement, the kind of more intense sometimes a conversation can get. So, I'm going to give you some tips on that when that happens in just a minute. But again, I first wanted to say that disagreement does not mean contention. And even if we're not agreeing with someone, whatever someone is saying, we can say, you know what, thank you so much for sharing your honest opinions and your honest feelings and your best thoughts on this. I feel like I understand you better. Like, when's the last time someone said, I feel like I understand you better? Thank you so much. Even when they didn't agree with what you were saying. Like, don't you love that? Can we get to that part where it really doesn't matter what people are saying, that we don't always have to agree, but we can thank them for sharing their best thoughts. Keeping that relationship. There's a saying that by Thomas S. Monson, he was a past prophet of ours, that said, never let a problem to be solved become more important than a person to be loved. Okay, I think that's a really cool saying, so I'm going to repeat it for you. It goes, never let a problem to be solved become more important than a person to be loved. Anyway, so if we are in conflict, if we are in disagreement, and we feel like we're starting to feel unloved, or we think that the other person might be starting to feel unloved, let's take a breath. Let's slow down. Let's reaffirm our love or our friendship, or that we are both working on the same issue. Even if we're coming at it from different points of view, we are still working on the same issue, right? So, anyway, just wanted to give you those thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts on this too, on staying calm during disagreements. But here are some things that I thought of that could help me, that have helped me in the past, and that can help all of us hopefully as we go into situations where there might be disagreement, where calm might be a hard state to maintain. The first thing I thought of is that we need to be absolutely good at filling our cup. And doing the things, to me, the two most powerful things that keep me grounded and connected to God are praying, right, and reading my scriptures. Also, I love going to church, going to the temple, reading religious books, listening to religious talks. I think all of those help. But to me, again, the two things that are the most powerful in my life seem to be praying and reading my scriptures. When I pray, I feel like I can pour my heart out to God. I feel His love. And when I read the scriptures, I feel like I get so inspired on things I can do. So, those are two things. Here are some other things that can help you stay calm, like exercising, right? Everyone knows that exercising helps to clear our head, helps to give us those endorphins. And so, whether you want to exercise, well, I would definitely recommend exercising on a daily basis. But maybe when things get to an uncalm, seem to be getting uncalm, maybe say, you know what, let's take a break, hit the little time out. A lot of times that's just okay, time out. Our brains recognize that signal really well. Anyway, maybe going and saying, okay, let's take it. I love you. I want to address this. I need to do some thinking about kind of what's happening with me right now, and on I want to do some more thinking on the subject. So let's get together again in an hour. Is that good for you? Or whatever it is. But don't stop a conversation that seems to be getting a little intense. Just saying, hey, let's just stop talking about this. Because if another person is talking about it, they can they can feel an intense need to have this problem solved. And so if we just say, hey, let's not talk about this, then it can help. It can leave them feeling unloved or unsupported. So we don't want to do that to anyone. Or ignored. We don't want to do that to anyone. So if we stop a conversation because it's starting to get heated, or unfriendly, or unkind, or uncalm, then let's always just when we stop it, let's just say, let's just name a come together time, right? I would always put that at least an hour out, but you can do whatever you feel best on that one. Then we can, after we hit that time out, we can go and we can do things that help calm our brain down. We can exercise, we can journal. Okay, I'm going to give you some things that we can say sometimes or do that can help us remain in our calm state. And we don't always need like an hour break. And sometimes we just get hit with something and we just need just like a 10-second, a few breaths to make sure we're coming from a place of love and processing things in our logical mind. But anyway, here are a few things that we can do. So exercise. Maybe if you're at home and you're getting hit with this, go take a shower, right? Taking a shower, just having that relaxing water just come all over us, it just feels so refreshing and rejuvenating, and it just always takes me back to a place of balance and calm. Anyway, so take a shower if you can. Breathe. We talked about breathing on Monday, how we were going to take a breath before responding. So if we feel like we're getting hit with something, the first thing we want to do is we want to just take the time to have a few breaths. Remember, Chinese medicine says that we store our sadness and even some of our fear in our lungs. So if we're being hit with something, and being at disagreement with people can make us sad or fearful or frustrated. So let's just take a few breaths just to help expel some of that kind of energy. We can count to 10, right? I do think that there's some power in just counting up or counting down. Can you give me some water and maybe even a Kleenex, please? Anyway, I do think that there's some power in counting up. I'm sorry, my throat just kind of got dry all of a sudden. Anyway, for counting up or counting down, when I was studying how our brain sometimes can get, I'm going to say flooded. Hold on, I'm going to go get me a Kleenex really quick. Anyway, as I was studying about how sometimes our brains can get flooded. Now, that's a John Gottman. Thank you, honey. That's a John Gottman term, flooded. It just means that our heart rates are up, and we've got some chemicals and hormones pumping through our body that really make it so that we're not in our best thinking. So when I was studying about getting flooded and backing away, getting to that calm state again, the two things that they said that can really almost instantly help your brain get reorganized, because when you're calm, your brain actually does get disorganized. Hold on. Anyway, so the two things that can help almost instantly reorganize your brain, bring you back to a place of balance and calm, being centered, is one, saying what you're thankful for. So you're being hit with something, just start in your mind saying 10 things that you are thankful for. Maybe you're starting to have a fight with a family member, right? Or someone like that. You can say in your mind, I am so thankful for you. I love that I love you. I love the connection that we have. I love that you're in my life. I'm thankful for, I don't know, your favorite flavor of ice cream, or your favorite book, or your favorite movie, or your favorite Christmas gift that you ever got, or your favorite teacher in school, right? There's so many things that we can be thankful for. So, naming 10 things, taking the time to just breathe, slow down, naming 10 things that we're thankful for, it can really bring us back to a place of calm. Now, the other thing that can bring us back to a place of calm and help organize our mind is reading. I don't know why, but they say that reading can almost instantly help a brain calm down. Anyway, so some other things that I thought could be helpful when we're getting to a place of uncalm is chatting with a friend. I don't know, I have this one friend. She's amazing. And anytime I chat with her about kind of problems that are going on in my life, we end up laughing over them. Just, oh, I mean, and it's not that the problems aren't hard or awful or whatever, but I don't know, maybe we end up laughing about how hard life can be at times, and the struggle, and sometimes the unwise decisions that people make. Anyway, but talking to a friend helps. I've never talked to a friend where I haven't gone away feeling like about a problem, that I haven't gone away feeling like my burden wasn't lifted. Okay, now I'm gonna back that up. Maybe sometimes I've talked to friends and they just didn't get it at all, or maybe they were a little blaming, and so that didn't really help me get to a place of calm. But most of the time when I talk to friends, my spirits are lifted, my burdens seem lighter, and anyway, so chat with a friend. You could also journal. Again, writing I think would be super good. I haven't read any studies specifically on how writing helps to organize your brain, but I have read article after article after article how writing it can be so I don't even know how to say that word. It can be put you in a state of anyway, it can make it so that you feel better. I'm just gonna say it that way. Let's say catharsis. Anyway, it basically can help you feel better. So writing out your problems, writing out your things can definitely help you feel better. Another thing that I was thinking, like when those hard situations hit, we can crack a joke. Maybe we don't crack a joke out loud. Maybe we do. Maybe we crack a joke and we just lighten the whole mood, right? Do you know people who are like that? That, I mean, they just say something funny and it just instantly lightens the whole room, right? I want to be more like that. But we can crack jokes to ourselves, right? Anyway, another thing that we can say, if we're having a hard time is you know what, I need some time to think about that. Hold on, let's push pause on this discussion for a minute, because you are really important to me, and this issue is really important to me. Solving this issue in a way that's good for both of us is very important to me. So I just need a little bit of time to think, to come back to a place of calm before we keep going addressing this, because I want to give you my best thinking and my best wisdom. I know you want that too. So let's push pause on this one right now. Anyway, if we're dealing with little children, we can say, you know what, mommy needs some thinking time. Hold on, mommy needs some thinking time. Let me and let them do whatever, play whatever. If we have to put them in front of a movie, I know that's not usually recommended, but whatever we need to do to help that child be in a safe and happy place while we go get ourselves calm. That's important. Okay, and whenever you table things, which means whenever you step away from a discussion and come back to it, you always want to give the gift of saying, this is important to me. I need to push the pause on it right now, or let's do a timeout right now, but I want to address it in an hour, in 2 hours, at the end of the day, whatever it is. And then let's just be super faithful about coming back and addressing it so that the person doesn't feel unloved, ignored, whatever. Okay, so there are definitely people that I love to follow because of their wisdom on helping us stay calm. One of them is Nicolene Peck. She has a talk called The Power of Calm. And I'll put that in some of the other talks that I found on staying calm in the comments. If you have a favorite talk or class or, I don't know, clip that you like about staying calm, then please post it. I mean, I feel like the calmer we all are, the better we are all going to function. And anyway, so I'd love for you to add your wisdom to that as well. Okay, that said, the song that we're listening to for the entire week is Siegfried Idol by Richard Wagner. Hope you listen to it. It's just a classical meditative piece. I think you're gonna like it. The song though that I'm connecting with when it comes to today's affirmation on I can express calmly when I disagree is a song by Cecil. Is called Slow Down. I'm gonna put that in the comments for you too because I think it's such a good song to remind us that the power of slowing down, of staying calm. Okay. Oh, so that's our song for the week and for the day. And then today being Friday, and since we only have 2 essential oils that we're diffusing in our blend today, I'm going to talk to you about the physical benefits of peppermint. Before I do, I just wanted to remind us all of the diffuser blend that we are diffusing. We're diffusing 2 drops of coriander, which is the oil of integrity, and 2 drops of peppermint, which is the oil of the buoyant heart. I love how each of these oils smell, and the combination is just beautiful. Putting it on, I can feel myself just take that sigh, just that breath, that sigh of relief, and I can just feel myself relaxing. If you haven't bought those oils yet, you might want to. And if you have the oils but you haven't put them in your diffuser yet, get them out, put them in your diffuser. You're gonna love them. Okay, so today we are going into the benefits of peppermint oil. And I have to say, peppermint oil has been studied so much. So there's just a boatload of information and studies. There's over 120 studies that I found on one of my favorite sites, which is called aromaticscience.com. But I mean, there is just like a huge amount of studies that have been gone on peppermint oil. So they call peppermint oil like the Swiss Army knife of oil because it's so complex, and its complexity makes it so good for so many things. So that's one of the things that I really love about God's creations. One thing that I love about his plants is that he's never made a plant where it's just good for one thing. When God makes a plant, it is good for a whole number of things. And I just love that. But peppermint, oh my gracious, so good about so many things. So the first gift of peppermint physically is that it's super good for our digestive system. So it strengthens our digestion and it aids in the absorption of nutrients. It can also help with so many different digestive issues, and I'll go through a few of them. It can help if you're nauseous, like if you're carsick. It can help if you have bowel disorders. It can help with cramping, like abdominal pain. For that, you can just rub it on, or you can put a drop in water and ingest it. Oh, Caleb, can you pull me the peppermint oil, please? It can help restore a sense of taste by stimulating the trigeminal nerve. I haven't personally tested that one because okay, good. I actually caught that. Anyway, because I haven't lost my sense of taste, but if you know someone who has, peppermint oil might be able to help with that. It can help curb the appetite. It is also, okay, so I told you that you can pop a drop in of peppermint oil in your water and trust it. Now here is my warning on that one, and that is that all essential oils are not created the same, and I would never ever suggest ingesting any other brand of essential oils besides doTERRA. And let me tell you my reasons why. It's because doTERRA third-party tests every single batch of oil, and they mark each of your, and then they do their own in-house tests on the oils as well. But they mark each batch with a batch number. I don't know, you probably can't see that. But anyway, there's a batch number on the bottom of this. I could go to, well, we all can go to a site called Source2You, type in our batch number. We can see every single test that's been run on our essential oil and all of the results. Like, what other company does this, right? Anyway, now, is every essential oil. So again, that's why I would only ingest doTERRA essential oils. Now, is every oil that doTERRA makes ingestible? No, it is not. Some oils aren't meant to be, some plants are not meant to be ingested, right? Some plants are made to just be used topically. Some plants are just made to be used aromatically, right? But there's a super easy way to know whether your essential oil can be ingested, and that's that it will have, if it's a doTERRA essential oil, it's going to have the supplement facts on it. It's going to look exactly like the supplement facts on your cereal box. It's going to tell you how to use them, how much per serving, stuff like that. So super easy to tell whether you can ingest peppermint oil. I wish that their smells came through the computer or your phone or whatever you're watching this on, because I just wish you can smell peppermint oil, essential oil. It is so good. Anyway, but another gift of peppermint essential oil is that it's so good for our respiratory system. So if you have congestion, it can help open up your sinuses. It can help you breathe easier. I would diffuse it. If you have sinusitis, if you have bronchitis, you can diffuse it. You can also put a couple of drops into like a tablespoon of coconut oil or olive oil and rub that on your chest. You are going to be amazed at how much this opens up your airways. If you've never used peppermint essential oil, you've never smelled it, you will instantly understand what I am saying when you do smell it and use it. Okay. It has also been known to help stop asthma attacks, and we're going to go on and read to you a few studies on how it actually helps with allergies too. So all these respiratory issues, peppermint is great with. It is great for exercise. You can take it before exercising, just rub it on your muscles to help them warm up, and you can put it on your muscles after. You can actually put a drop of peppermint oil in your water. We're going to talk about a study later on how that helps increase exercise performance and athletic performance. It is so good for so many types of pain. So if you have rheumatism, if you have arthritis, it's our go-to oil for when we have headaches. I don't even use a full drop when I have a headache probably. What I do is I just take my bottle, take off the cap, and I just like that, and I just kind of go like that. So I'm not even getting like a full drop on my finger, and then I will just put that around my temple, just kind of wherever my, oh my goodness, this smells so good. Anyway, just wherever I feel the pain. You will be surprised on how fast that works. Now, you definitely don't want to put it close to your eyes or in your eyes. You never want to put essential oils in your eyes, in your ears, or up your nose. They were just not meant to be used that way. But you can definitely put it kind of above your eyebrows. If I was congested, I might kind of put it around my sinus cavities too. Anyway, oh, that smells so good. So good, so good, so good. Anyway, if you ever do get essential oils in your eyes, just go ahead and put some drop some olive oil or fractionated coconut oil into your eye, whatever oil you have. Like even if it was like Crisco or whatever. You never want to put, if you get essential oils in your eyes, you're not going to want to irrigate that or put water into it because it's going to make your oils more intense. Nope, you want to put some other type of oil and float that oil off, and you will have almost instant relief. At least I have in the past. I got peppermint in my eye once, like 10 years ago or something like that. I don't know, 8 years ago, whatever it was. And to reach for the olive oil instantly took it away from me. So, it can help with nerve regeneration for your skin. It can help bring a dull skin back to life, you can put some into your, put like a drop in your cleanser, and it can help balance greasy or oily skin. For your hair, you can add a couple drops to your shampoo, and that can be very, very stimulating to your scalp, and it can also help put a beautiful shine on your hair. It can help with mouth or gum infections. One of my other favorite ways of using peppermint essential oil is when our children have fevers. I don't usually tend to get fevers very much. Can't remember the last time I've had a fever, but children do tend to have fevers a little bit more often. So what I would do is I would again just take well, and it depends, because some people can be a little bit sensitive. Most people feel peppermint as a cooling oil, but some people do feel like peppermint as a heating oil. So you could put 1 drop of peppermint into like a tablespoon of coconut oil or olive oil, and just I would go ahead, mix it up with my finger, and then just put it at the base of their neck. I would put it on down their spine, and then I would put it on their feet and have them put socks on. I feel like that has worked amazingly for us in the past to help bring fevers down. You can, I think that all of us, peppermint is in so many good things like gums and like Altoids, whatever, because it's known for freshening our breath. And so you can basically do the same thing, just get like a drop of peppermint oil on your finger, and then touch it to the top of your mouth. I think it just instantly freshens your breath, and it's definitely gonna wake you up. Like in the afternoon, if you are reaching for the coffee, the caffeinated drinks, the whatever to help keep you awake, I'm gonna say just try that peppermint experiment. I think you're gonna love it. You can also, for that, you can also take a drop of peppermint essential oil and a drop of wild orange essential oil, put it in your hands, rub them together, and then just smell that, right? And then I would put that on the backs of my neck and on my shoulder area, and you're gonna love the uplift it gives you, and how it just wakes you up, and even how it's just gonna feel really, really good on your shoulder muscles if you've been working the whole day. Okay, so you can use it in your nail care to help to strengthen your nails and help to fight fungal infections. But here's my tip. I gave this tip yesterday when we were talking about the emotional benefits, but a physical benefit too. Well, a physical tip on using peppermint is I would definitely probably only use peppermint before the sun goes down, because it's going to help really make you so much more alert. If you're going to be using the same, if you want the same effects after the sun goes down, I would reach for spearmint. It's going to be much more calming, relaxing oil, but it has many of the same properties that peppermint does. So peppermint being your day oil before sundown, and spearmint being your night oil after sundown. Okay, so those are some of the benefits. I wanted to go, there are so like I told you, there was like 120 research articles on peppermint, but I'm going to give you just a few of my favorite. So here was a study done in 2009, published in the Journal of North American Journal of Psychology, and basically what they did is they measured the effects of peppermint and cinnamon on driver alertness, mood, and workload. And this is what they found. They found that both cinnamon and peppermint administered led to increased ratings of alertness, decreased temporal demand. I'm not exactly sure. Decreased temporal demand. Someone explained that one to me. And decreased frustration over the course of a driving scenario. In addition, peppermint scent reduced anxiety and fatigue. So, and basically what it says is periodic administration of these odors over prolonged driving may prove beneficial in maintaining alertness and decreasing highway accidents and fatalities. So, going on a trip, get your peppermint oil out. It's going to help you stay more alert, less frustrated, and have less anxiety and fatigue over the drive. Love that. Again, that was a 2009 study. Okay, so this is a measure of daytime sleepiness and what they found. So they put people in a darkened room for 11 minutes. And what they found is that peppermint oil can indeed reduce sleepiness. That was a study from 2005, published in the official journal of the International Organization of Psychophysiology in 2005. Anyway, okay, so I love when I have research that backs up what I've been teaching all along. And here's a study from 2001 from the journal Biological and Pharmaceutical Bulletin. And it talks about how they were testing if peppermint oil, essential oil, is good for hay fever and allergies. And this is what they found. There was a significant inhibition of sneezing, so it lowered the sneezing, and nasal rubbing. And their finding was the results suggested that extracts of peppermint may be clinically effective in alleviating the nasal symptoms of allergic rhinitis. Rhinitis. Anyway, it's just a fancy word. I had to look it up for hay fever. So if you're having hay fever, if you're having allergies, it is February, but I know that a lot of people seem to get that in like March and April as things start warming up and people are outdoors more. If you've suffered with allergies, please do your research on peppermint. Isn't it amazing we have something natural that can help? So many allergy medications get you sleepy, and they have like numerous side effects. I mean, definitely check out the side effects on how allergy medication can affect weight negatively, which means that you're going to get a lot more. Get more weight if you're taking those. So you can start developing weight issues if you're taking those. But do your own research, do your own study. I've just studied that issue before. Okay, so here is when peppermint oil being used to treat irritable bowel syndrome. And the result was that 75% of the patients in the peppermint group showed a 50% total reduction in irritable bowel syndromes. I think that's significant. Okay, here is, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you when that was published. It's a 2007 study from the official journal of the Italian Society of Gastroenterology and the Italian Society for the Study of the Liver. So, talking about how peppermint essential oil can help with irritable bowel syndrome. Here's when, and I don't think this is going to affect a lot of people, but I just thought I would mention it. Peppermint oil is antispasmodic, and basically they used it instead of in a double-blind, double-dummy controlled trial. I know what a double-blind, I don't know what double-dummy is. But anyway, a randomized double-blind, double-dummy controlled style, and they used it to see if it was effective in stopping spasms during upper endoscopy. And they found that it was very, very effective in stopping spasms for that. Here's a study on how peppermint essential oil, I didn't give you the date on that. Anyway, just look it up. Here's a study from 2015 on the European Journal of Dentistry, and what they were testing 5 essential oils against oral pathogens, and what they found is that they found that 3 oils were super good on helping to destroy oral pathogens, one being peppermint, tea tree, and thyme oil. And they said that they can act as an effective intercanal antiseptic solution against oral pathogens. And a different study I read, it was like a 6-month study, and they found that the germs in your mouth didn't get used to the essential oil, so it was still just as effective. Here is one that I absolutely love, because I know a lot of people struggle struggle with blood sugar issues. This is a study from 2017 from the Journal of Biomedicine and Pharmacology. And it basically says how it can help with type 2 diabetes in rats. After the treatment with peppermint essential oil, it was observed that anemia resulting from diabetes was rectified. The counts of leukocytes and platelets which decreased during diabetes were increased. The levels of blood glucose were decreased, and those of serum insulin and C-peptide were increased. The administration of peppermint essential oil also enhanced the antioxidant status of treated rats. And the histological analysis revealed regeneration of hepatic and pancreatic tissues. So I don't know what absolutely all of that means. They're using a lot of fancy medical terms, but what I can see is that peppermint essential oil helped with so many diabetic issues. It raised what was good to raise, it lowered what was good to lower. It helped to regenerate things. So, peppermint essential oil, super important study if you know anyone with diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or hyperglycemia. Again, that's a study from 2017 on the biomedicine, from the Journal of Biomedicine and Pharmacology. Okay, here is a study from 2003 from the Journal of Phytomedicine, and it basically talked about how peppermint essential oil was effective against the herpes simplex virus, the type 1 and type 2. And, okay, that one just talked about irritable bowel syndrome. Now, I told you that peppermint essential oil was so amazing, and there's so many studies, and I'm just going to take some time to go through some of them. So, I think it's fascinating how many things peppermint essential oil can help with. So, here's a study on exercise endurance. Basically, what they found is that when people consumed mineral water containing peppermint essential oil, and it was 1 drop of peppermint essential oil to basically 16 ounces of water. I think it was half a liter of water. It can't be half a liter. Anyway, look at the study. It's from 2013. Anyway, and this book, I'm sorry, this book doesn't tell the journals, it just tells the people. So I'm working now from Modern Essentials, this book. Anyway, so, but basically what they found is that exercise performance improved after consumption of peppermint oil, including increasing in respiratory efficacy, energy expenditure, time to exhaustion, the distance during exercise, and decreasing in resting and exercise heart rates. So, like if you like to exercise, if you're a major athlete, I'm thinking about Olympics here. This would be a really, really good thing for people to be using. It helps them do things better when they exercise. Now this next study I was like, wow, that's crazy. So basically what they did is they took in mice exposed to whole gamma irradiation, only 17% of mice who had been fed peppermint oil died, while 100% of the mice who did not receive peppermint oil died. It was also found that mice pre-treated with peppermint oil were able to return blood cell levels to normal after 30 days, while control mice were not able and consequently died, suggesting a protective or stimulating effect of the oil on the blood stem cells. So, I don't know much about gamma radiation, but I think, if I understand correctly, that's what happens when you drop a nuclear bomb. All those people came down with cancer, well, not all those people, but many people came down with cancer after those bombs were dropped. And it's kind of showing how peppermint essential oil can help. That study was actually done 3 different times, in 2007, in 2004, and in 2009. Anyway, here's a study from 1994 talking about how peppermint essential oil can help with headaches. A study in 2008 done by a guy named Moses, not the Moses that we know, like 10 Commandments, but a different Moses, said in human trials the aroma of peppermint is found to enhance memory and to increase alertness. I mean, it's just, you smell peppermint essential oil, you can just instantly know, oh yeah, this is going to increase alertness. So they found in 2013, I can't pronounce all these names for you, I'm just sorry, but I'm just going to say a study, do your own due diligence on this, but a study in 2013 found that 2 drops of putting these essential oils in a capsule and swallowing it, 2 drops of either peppermint oil or spearmint oil was found, giving that to cancer patients during chemotherapy cycles, was found to reduce the intensity of nausea when compared to the control. There's a lot of studies on how it's antibacterial. Here's a study from 2006 talking about how it was anti-inflammatory. Anyway, here's a study from 2001. Remember how I said it can help in the regeneration of nerves. Here's a study on a pretreatment of human and rats, whatever cells. Found that in 2001 by Koo, K-O-O, a study done by him, found that peppermint essential oil was able to help repair the brain and spinal cord following injuries. And then this last study that I wanted to talk to you about was a study from 2013 with a name that I can't, it's like so long I can't even try to pronounce it. Or I won't even try to pronounce it, but what they found is mice pre-treated with an injection of peppermint essential oil demonstrated no seizures and 100% post-treatment survival after being injected with a lethal dose of PTZ. It also has a name, but it's super long, to cause the seizure. So they injected these mice with a lethal dose that was supposed to cause seizures in them before they died. And what they found is 100% of the mice had no seizures and survived. So, just saying, peppermint, when I talk about that it is the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, I talk about it because that's what the research backs up, right? So, before I leave peppermint oil, I want to just tell you a little bit more about it. It's analgesic, which means it's pain killing. It's anti-inflammatory. It's a carminative, which means that it helps with flatulence. It's a stomachic, which means that it aids your digestion. It's tonic. For a headache or migraine, you can massage 1 to 2 drops straight into your temples at the base of the skull, making sure you avoid the eyes. For a digestive upset, put 1 to 2 drops in your water, or massage directly over the stomach. Now again, I would only ever recommend ingesting doTERRA essential oils. For asthma or cough, you can apply 2 drops of carrier oil over the chest and lung reflexology points. You can also just pop a drop onto your hand, cup your hand, and smell. And see if that doesn't help open up your airways. My best guess is that it will. For bad breath, we've already talked about that. Just put a drop on your finger, or even a fraction of a drop, put it in your mouth. You're going to love how it freshens your breath. They have doTERRA sells something called peppermint beadlets. College students and high school students love this because it is like Altoids on steroids. It's a 3rd drop of peppermint oil. You kind of bite into it, or you can let it dissolve in your mouth, but most people like to bite into them. It's an instant burst of freshness, like crazy. Amazing how it freshens your breath. If you have low energy or mental fog, you can drink 1 to 2 drops in your water or diffuse Again, I remember how I told you how we could put that drop of peppermint oil, a drop of wild orange oil, put it in our hands, rub it in, smell it. It will help you wake up, and then put it on your shoulders. And for muscle and joint pain, you can rub a drop diluted into the affected areas. And for fever, 1 to 2 drops in the back of the neck. I would definitely, if my child had a fever, I would definitely put a drop in a teaspoon or a tablespoon of coconut or olive oil, and then put that on the back of their neck. But I would also put it down their spine and on their feet, and then put socks on their feet. Okay, I think that is everything. Well, I just wanted to mention this really quick. So, an allergy blend that is super known for how well it works is 2 drops of peppermint oil, which opens your airways, 2 drops of lavender oil, which calms your system down, and 2 drops of lemon oil, which clears things out of your system. Now you can do that. You can put 2 drops of each of those in a glass of water, making sure you only are ingesting doTERRA essential oils, and drink that down. You can put it in a capsule, take it that way. doTERRA also sells something called Tri-Ease with 2 drops of each of those in a little kind of gel cap. Anyway, and I'm sorry, not gel cap, soft gel. I knew I was saying that wrong. Anyway, so if you're suffering with allergies, that is an amazing blend to help with. Okay, so we have covered so much in today's shout out. We've covered so many of the gifts of peppermint oil. I know I have not even touched or scraped the surface on all the things that peppermint essential oil is good for physically. Again, it would take me days and days and days to do that. So those are some of the gifts of peppermint essential oil. Remember, we're diffusing 2 drops coriander oil, which is the oil of integrity, and 2 drops of peppermint oil, which is the oil of a buoyant heart. And the affirmation for today is, I can express calmly when I disagree. We're pairing the song Slow Down by Cecil with that. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I am proud of managing me. Again, I just want to say I am proud of how you are up-leveling how you're managing you, and I am proud of how I am up-leveling how I manage me. I know that you are fully capable with God of making this a great day, and so am I. Let's all go make it a great day. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, Living the Wholesome Life. Tennis, let's go make it a great day. Bye-bye.